This is standard 9th, lesson number 1, geography, distributional maps. The main aim of map is to show the location of a place and geographical distribution of variables. That is, what is the main aim? To show the location of a place. So, where a certain state is or a country is, where there are, so you can locate easily. Yes, and distributional of variables. Distribution of variables. That means how it is like. If there are so many aspects to be seen in a map, so there are different types of map, and accordingly you can have the distribution. So land distribution is there, then this agriculture distribution is there, population distribution is there. So many types of maps are there. So now we are going to see about thematic map. The maps that are prepared with special themes are called thematic maps. So special themes, as the name it is, in the name itself it is giving us that it has a theme, special theme, that these maps are known as thematic maps. Now next is distributional maps. The maps showing the geographical distribution of temperature, then rainfall, population, etc. are called distributional maps. So in this we can have the maps related to temperature distribution, then rainfall distribution, population distribution of a country or of a state, so as per the requirement. Then distributional maps are useful to explain the geographical distribution of various variables. As I already told that the maps, what is the main aim of it? To show the distribution of variables. So distributional map is one of the type. Then method of showing geographical distribution of geographical maps. Now this distribution of various variables can be shown with the help of following three methods. How many methods? Three methods. One is dot method, then choropleth method, and isopleth method. Now let's see what is dot method. In dot method, the dots are used to show the geographical distribution of a particular variable as per the way a variable is distributed throughout the region. So the dot method. So mostly population is there. Yes. So to show the geographical distribution by dot method, the lowest and the highest values of the given variable in a region are taken into consideration. So where there is less say population, so there will be less dots, and if there are the dense population, there will be more dots. The value of dots is determined by taking into consideration the size of the dot, the density of the variable, and the scale of a map. Now let's see what is about choropleth method. In choropleth method, the data regarding various geographical variables is shown by shades or tints of various colors. Now these are the shaded or tinted type of method that is there used in map. Then in this method, the smallest and the largest values of the given data of the variable in region are taken into consideration. So smallest and the largest values are considered. After that, 5 to 7 classes are made, and each class is assigned a tint of the same color or black and white pattern. So these are the colors of black or white pattern. Or in this method, a single tint of the same color or a single black or white pattern is used to show distribution of particular variable in a sub-administrative unit in a region. So these are single shaded or a single black and white pattern. It is there. Okay. Now the next is isopleth method. When the geographical distribution of a variable is continuous, the isopleth method is then used. Now here what is if the continuous is there to show the distribution. So what it is? For example, altitude, that is height, then temperature, then rainfall, etc. In this method, the highest and the lowest values of the given variable are taken into consideration, and accordingly the class intervals are decided, and then isolines are drawn for the decided intervals. So these are isolines are drawn on this. The isoplex method this isoplex maps give us an idea of the natural trend of the distribution of a given variable. So here it is giving us the idea of natural trend of this distribution. Now let's see about a geographical field visit. Now when we go for a field visit, geographical, it is an important study method in geography by which geographical methods, geographical concepts and elements can be directly experienced. So when we visit, we can come to know what is in actual, that is, we can observe nicely and we can get the data. Geographical field visits are extremely useful for understanding the correlation between humans and environment. Now, first is preparation. Now what is required? The preparation. How we can prepare? First is we have to deciding the place and the purpose of visit. That for where we are going and for what is the purpose. Then studying the location map, then preparing questionnaire, that what questions will be asked by us, and these are the, we have this much we can prepare. Then selection of the study area. So what is the study area? Whether it is a public place, whether it is a remote place, whether it is in the midst of nature, wherever. So it's our, and we have to take the permission if the permission is necessary. Okay. Now what are the important materials required for the field visit? For a geographical field visit, one should carry a notebook, then specimen questionnaire, then pen, pencil, scale, tape, compass, a bag for collecting samples, maps, camera. Now compass is the magnetic compass, that which shows north and south direction. Now what precautions should be taken? During the geographical field visit, it is very essential to obey all the instructions of teachers and whoever are there with us, the leaders, group leaders and teachers. During a geographical field visit, no one should harm the environment in any way. So we should not do anything that will cause harm to environment. Then one should always keep a first aid box for emergency circumstances. That is, we know the first aid box. Then after that, the last point that we are going to discuss is about report writing. A field report should be written on the basis of information obtained after the geographical visit is complete, and it should be written with the help of points such as introduction, data gathered, conclusions. So it's very important to write a report writing. Okay, that's it for today.